Welcome back, Freshwater Fishing Novice's new viewers. If you've never been here before, my name is Moles. Welcome for the first time. This video wasn't sent to me by any subscribers. This is my first debagging. Unbagging? It's not an unboxing because it was out of bags. Unbagging? Debagging's funnier. How much money did I really spend? It's a little skewed. I did donate to each store that I was at to round up for youth sports and conservation. I rounded up the first store, $64. Second store, $24. So total damage today that I did to my bank account was $86. Let's stop talking about how much money I spent. Let's take a look at what I got. I got a bunch of items that are new to the fishing market this year. So I'm excited to show you guys, you girls, all you anglers, these new items. Let's start digging into these bags and I'll show you what I got. Okay, so the first item I picked up, I've been trying to get into jig fishing a little bit more. I have had minimal success. I'll toss a jig and I'll catch a fish, but it's not consistent. Like if I throw other lures that I'm more comfortable or more confident in throwing. I was watching a video and they were talking about how a flipping jig is good to throw around hard structure, which I covered in how to fish in the fall. So I went out and picked up a 1 ounce jig. Most of my jigs aren't that big. Oh, perfect. No, it does not say the color on here. That's amazing. Come on, Catch Co, Guggen Squad. There's no color on this package. Anyway, 1/2 ounce. I tried to pick out kind of a natural color with some red in it. This is a big jig. You're gonna need a rod that can handle it if you're gonna grab a jig this big. But I do have a rod that big. Or that strong, tough, industrial. Anyway, so that is a 1 ounce jig from Catch Co. It's the Guggen Squad, thick with 2 C's jig. You can see how big that wire is, so you definitely need a stronger rod to set that hook. I'm pretty excited to throw that jig and see what happens with that. Now to pair up with that jig, what I've heard, other people on the internet and YouTube and stuff like that, you want to use like a Craw imitation on that. So I picked up some Craws. Before we get to the Craw trailers that I got for that, I picked up some more Bandito Bugs. They're one of the best sellers for the Guggen Squad. Why? Because they're amazing. So Bandito Bug, the way I throw this, typically, I do it without weight. I just put it on an extra wide gap hook, Texas rig, with no weight. That's what the Bandito Bug looks like. This is just one of my favorite lures. So I always try to restock to make sure I have these on my kayak or on my person when I'm fishing. Bandito Bug's a great choice if you just want to throw something lightweight on a medium spinning rod with that extra wide gap hook. I just toss this thing out and I let it sink, and all these appendages you have to pull apart. Pop them loose gently, very gently. You can see they're all jiggly and stuff like that. You're gonna notice a lot of Guggen Squad stuff. I like to support these guys because one, they're a newer company, they're younger guys, and I don't know, man, a lot of energy behind these guys, and I think that their lures are pretty good. They really cater towards beginner fishermen. Everything on their label, it's not so much terminology. There's a lot of funny names. The next lure I got, this is new this year. They put this one out. It's the Nuke Punch. The Nuke Punch is very similar to the Bandito Bug. Let me get one of these guys out of here. Woo, stinky. So I got 2 of those. That's one of the things I'm gonna pair on the back of that 1 ounce jig, or any other jig I have. So let's take a look at the Bandito Bug. So I'll show you the Nuke Punch by itself, and then I'll put them next to each other. So that's the Nuke Punch. You can see it doesn't have any flanges on the side, basically the same thing, but you can see this is a fatter chunk of rubber. Well, that's a little phallic. Now if we look at it next to each other, you can see this one's a little longer this way. They're about the same length, but then if you turn it sideways, you can see the Nuke Punch on your right, my left, is a lot fatter, a lot denser, more plastic, more real estate to hook into. So that is how I'm going to fish that jig right there. And I figure, since I'm using the jig and I'm using their soft plastic, that should work pretty good. Maybe I'll have to trump that skirt so you can see more of that little soft plastic. I don't know how much we're at. As I'm talking, I'm just gonna have prices popping up so you know how much each of these items cost. This is gonna get repetitive. You're gonna be like, oh my God, we're only watching a Guggen Squad commercial. It's not a Guggen Squad commercial, but I dig their gear. I dig their plastics and stuff like that. So the next 2 items I got the Saucy Swimmer. This is you can see 4.8 inch long soft plastic. Now I was only finding the smaller ones earlier this year, so when I saw these, I like giving the bigger fish a chance to eat something bigger. Big lure, catch big fish. I wanted something bigger to throw on the back of my spinner baits or my chatter baits, or if you just have a jig head and you're swimming it, nice big fish. Pull one of these out of here and I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, dear Lord. Close the knife before I hurt myself. Let's pop this sucker open. Oh, these look good. So the Saucy Swimmer, it's just a soft plastic paddle tail. You can see that paddle right there. So when this comes through the water, with the right weight on the front of this, or if it's on a spinner bait or a chatter bait or a jig head, when this comes through the water, that tail is going to be back here, but it's going to be kicking back and forth, looking like a fleeing bait fish. And that's good for catching bass. This is something I haven't seen until this year. This is called the Googan Squad Dart. This is a 6-inch dart. And then I also got 7-inch dart. They make them a 5-inch dart too, but I haven't seen anything this large come out of the Googan Squad headquarters. And this is a jerkbait, a soft plastic jerkbait. Most of my soft plastic jerkbaits are about 5 inches. So when I saw a 6 and 7, obviously big fish, big bait, big lure. Take a look at it closer. I'm kind of excited to toss this around this fall because that's when jerkbaits seem to work. Fall through winter and stuff like that. Holy crap, this thing's big. Holy moly. That's a big jerkbait. You can see it. It's supposed to look like a fluke. Oh, there's a little hook keeper in there too. That's cool. So you're gonna Texas rig this guy too. I'm gonna use a giant hook on this, probably 4 or 5/0 hook. Now, most flukes, I've noticed, if I hold this straight up and down, you can see that forked tail is vertical. So most flukes I noticed, the tail is turned like that. So I'm interested to see how this works in the water. So hopefully this year I can make something big happen with this larger lure. Now that we've gone through all this Googan Squad gear that I'm not getting paid to endorse, I'm just telling you that I like the Googan Squad stuff. Let's look at some other stuff. The guys over at Tactical Bassin suggested some other trailers. This is the Strike King Ragebug. If you're new to fishing and stuff, you probably haven't heard of this, or maybe you have. A lot of guys talk about this, and I'll show you what this guy looks like. Actually, there's a little picture right there. You can see that, but we'll show you in real life. Live on the video, whatever, in real time. The Ragebug. It's got flanges, so you're gonna separate those. Okay. So like the Bandito Bug, it's got little flanges and it's got little flappers down here. This guy, you throw on the back of the jig and it just flaps through the water. So the Ragebug's a good, it's been around longer than Bandito Bug. Obviously, Strike King's an older company. These guys work. Last year, randomly in the fall, I went out near some lily pads and I was like, I don't know, I have a jig. Tossed it down, immediately got hit. As soon as it hit the bottom, bang, it got whacked. So I'm excited to use this Ragebug this year. Well, more this year, I guess. That Ragebug. Yeah. These two other Craw imitations or trailers are from Berkeley. They're both the same lure right here. We're the Pit Boss. Berkeley does something with their scent, and it is super stinky. This is a 4-inch, 10-centimeter long. Same thing, just green pumpkin in this one. But that's just another Craw imitation that I'm gonna throw on the back of a jig. I'll show you the green pumpkin next to it just to see, I don't know what it looks like. Whoa, that is smelly. Holy crap, is this one? That one smells different. Why does that one smell bad? Oh, God. Dear Lord, that green pumpkin is rank. You can see the difference in the colors. To wrap it up, we're gonna go with a lure that is new to the market. I don't know if you guys know what a dark sleeper is, but it's by Megabass. Instead of the dark sleeper, they came out with one this year called the Sleeper Gill. Now, this one's cool. My buddy C-Tone hit me up and let me know. He goes, hey, dude, do you know about the Sleeper Gill? Ironically, I just watched a video about it before he messaged me, so I kind of had an idea what he was talking about. I wasn't totally surprised. Just to show you what this is a pumpkin seed color. You can see that tail right there, so that wags as you pull it through the water, and you might be saying, where's the hook? Here's the line tie right in the front near the nose. And then if I pull this down, you can see that hook. So fish comes up and bites it, squishes that plastic, gets hooked right up. So the sleeper gill, this is a 3/4 ounce. The dark sleeper you fish like a jig. This one, I don't think you fish like a jig. I think you just swim it back and that little tail just moves back and forth. I'm pretty excited to try this one. I don't know if it's gonna be this effective in the fall, but I'm very excited for next spring to see what this little puppy will do. So a quick recap, all the new stuff that came out this year, 2022. 3 items out of all these other items that I bought. That sleeper gill, the Nuke Punch, and I don't believe that dart was out last year either. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me do my first debagging. If you like this video, you're new to fishing, you're trying to learn more about fishing, go ahead and hit that like button, help me out. Doesn't cost anything, just say, hey, I like that video. If you're not subscribed, you can do that, that's for free. Just hit the bell notification, click it, make it turn from red to gray, and you'll be notified of future videos, hopefully telling you how to become a better fisherman, fisherwoman, angler. If any of you have any questions about fishing gear, how to fish certain lures, rods, lines, anything like that, leave it down in the comments below. Ask me a question. I'd be more than happy to address it in a video or in a comment if it's shorter. Thanks for watching the Freshwater Fishing Novice YouTube channel. This has been Freshwater Fishing Novice Friday. My name is Moles. That's right, I am the Freshwater Fishing Novice. Thanks for watching my video this week. I hope you have a great weekend. I'll catch you next week.